Ryota Tanaka, a 30-something urban journalist, was known for investigating urban legends, strange events, and unsolved mysteries. His job was risky, but he thrived on the thrill of it. Lately, though, his career had hit a slump. Several of his recent investigative pieces hadn't made much of an impact, and even he found them kind of boring. One night, while working late in his office, he received an anonymous email that would change everything. The email subject was short but eerie. "Do you dare to watch this video?" The email body contained just a single link, no other explanation. The link led to some obscure video sharing site that looked outdated and shady, like something from the early days of the internet. "This is probably just some phishing scam," Ryota muttered to himself, about to delete the email. But his curiosity got the better of him. As a seasoned reporter, he was drawn to anything strange or mysterious, and this email definitely fit the bill. He clicked the link. The video slowly loaded, the quality grainy and low-res. It was about 2 minutes long. The screen was dark at first, the camera slowly panning through what looked like an abandoned factory. Then a shadowy figure appeared in the middle of the screen, their back to the camera, face unclear. They began to mumble something, their voice low and distorted. Ryota leaned in closer, trying to make out the words. He caught something like, "Free your soul." The video ended abruptly with a flash of a strange symbol, some kind of ancient-looking rune. Ryota frowned. What the hell was that? He shrugged it off and closed the browser, not thinking much of it. That night, weird stuff started happening. First, his phone rang. It was around midnight, and the call was from an unknown number. When he answered, all he heard was a strange buzzing sound, like static mixed with faint whispers. He hung up thinking it was just a random prank. But the next day, things got worse. His friends started telling him they'd received calls from his number, even though he hadn't called anyone. "It was your voice, but it didn't sound like you," one of his friends said. "All it kept saying was 7 days." 7 days? Ryota was starting to feel uneasy. His friends all said they got the same message. Someone or something was using his number to send these creepy calls. Over the next few days, the strange occurrences escalated. His phone would randomly reboot, his computer would glitch and open blank windows on its own. At night, he started hearing faint footsteps in his apartment, like someone or something was walking around. The atmosphere grew heavy, and he felt an invisible presence around him constantly. Unable to take it anymore, Ryota decided to investigate. He started with the email. Reaching out to a tech-savvy friend of his named Kitagawa, a well-known hacker, Ryota explained the video and all the weird things that had been happening since watching it. Kitagawa was intrigued and agreed to look into it. A few days later, Kitagawa came back with shocking news. "That video you watched wasn't just some random post," he explained. "It was a part of a live stream that aired a few months ago. The stream was taken down shortly after, and all records of it were wiped." "What was in the stream?" Ryota asked, his heart pounding. "Here's the creepy part," Kitagawa said. "Everyone who watched that live stream, they're dead now." Ryota's blood ran cold. "Dead? What do you mean?" "They all died under mysterious circumstances. No one knows exactly how. It's like they just stopped living." But here's the kicker. Before they died, they all got a phone call. And the message was always the same. 7 days. The hair on the back of Ryota's neck stood up. 7 days. The same message his friends had been receiving. "So what's the deal with this video? Is it cursed or something?" Kitagawa nodded gravely. "It's not just a curse, that symbol at the end of the video. It's some kind of ancient rune. It looks like it's tied to a ritual meant to release the soul from the body. And the video itself? It's using modern tech to make it happen." Ryota's heart raced as the pieces clicked together. The strange phone calls, the heavy feeling of being watched, and now this talk of ancient rituals. If this was true, then the video wasn't just some internet prank. It was a soul trap. Kitagawa kept digging and found that the video had some strange audio frequencies embedded in it. These low-frequency signals weren't audible, but they could subtly affect the viewer's brain, triggering hallucinations, paranoia, and eventually something worse. I think the video is messing with people's nervous systems, tricking their brains into thinking their soul is separating from their body, Kitagawa explained. And that's what killed those people? Ryota asked, his unease growing. Probably. The symbol combined with the audio could be triggering some kind of psychotic break or worse. I mean, this isn't just supernatural. This is real tech being used in messed up ways. You might not have much time left if it's happening to you. Ryota knew then that the clock was ticking. He had less than 4 days before the 7-day countdown hit 0. With Kitagawa's help, Ryota searched for a way to break the curse. Kitagawa's research led him to believe that the video's curse wasn't irreversible. The signals and symbols are reversible, he said. If you reverse the video's playback and play an opposing frequency at the same time, it might neutralize the curse. Kitagawa worked quickly, creating software that would reverse the video and generate the necessary counter frequencies. It was a long shot, but it was their only option. This is it, Ryota. You have to play the video backward and sync the audio. If the symbol shows up, you hit this button to trigger the reverse frequency. Ryota felt a flicker of hope. It was slim, but it was better than sitting around waiting for something terrible to happen. That night, alone in his dark apartment, Ryota set up his laptop and prepared to run Kitagawa's program. His heart pounded in his chest as he opened the video, now reversed, and pressed play. The eerie figure in the video moved backward, and the strange symbol reappeared, glowing brighter than before. Kitagawa was on the phone with him, guiding him through the steps. It's almost time. You'll feel it when the signal hits. As the symbol flashed on the screen, Ryota felt a crushing pressure in his chest. His vision blurred, and it felt like something was trying to rip him apart from the inside. He gasped for air, hands shaking as he reached for the button. "Stay focused, man!" Kitagawa's voice was strained. "You're almost there. Just hit the button." Ryota hit the button and the screen flickered violently. The symbol distorted, the video stuttered, and the low-frequency hum grew louder. Then, just as suddenly as it started, everything went black. The video stopped, the room fell silent, and Ryota collapsed into his chair, gasping for breath. Had it worked? Ryota let out a sigh of relief, feeling like he had just narrowly escaped death. But before he could fully process what had happened, Kitagawa's call cut out. Confused, Ryota tried calling him back, but the number was suddenly unreachable. Panic set in as he dialed again and again, but it was as if Kitagawa had vanished into thin air. Just then, Ryota's computer screen flickered to life again. The same cursed video that he thought he had beaten started playing automatically. This time, the figure wasn't blurry anymore. It was clear, its eyes locked directly onto Ryota.
"Did you really think you could escape?"
The voice, cold and menacing, echoed from the screen. Ryota's blood froze as he watched, helpless. The figure smiled and the video link automatically sent itself to all of Ryota's contacts. The phone numbers flashed across his screen as the curse spread to everyone he knew. The curse wasn't over. It was just beginning again. And Ryota knew he couldn't stop it. 7 days. His countdown had restarted.